Your idea is going to fly through the air at the speed of light, and it's going to land on someone and show them something that they can never unsee. Your idea is a change agent. It makes the decision different because now I know about your idea. So if I'm used to buying something and then your idea arrives and it teaches me that the thing I used to buy is unethical, or it teaches me that buying that thing makes me a fool, or it teaches me that your alternative is better by whatever axis matters to me, my world has changed. That idea changed me. So marketing begins, the act of marketing, the verb marketing, the thing we do in the space, begins when the idea lands on someone and changes them. A lot of things have to happen for that to occur. So I want to give you a quick preview of some of the tactics that we're going to be covering going forward, because so far we spent a lot of time talking about strategy, but the tactics are how do we put that idea in front of someone, next to someone, in someone, so it changes the setting and causes them to act differently. So simple idea. If you're used to paying $9.95 a month for Netflix, and then you come to believe from a trusted source that if you just hold down the option key when clicking on Netflix, it'll be free, then the next time you go to Netflix, you will have to make a decision. That decision isn't a decision you used to have to make, but now that the idea is in your head, you have to make a decision. Are you going to take the free Netflix or not? Okay, so how does this all work? It begins with this. The idea must be a story that is true, that resonates with the worldview of the person that you are telling it to. That idea will be accepted if they trust you. And if the idea resonates and it has an inherent virality to it, they will not be able to go to sleep until they tell their friends. It is remarkable, spreading from person to person. And as that idea spreads from person to person, it is reinforced by the culture and perhaps engages them in tribal behavior, which increases the peer pressure to get them to spread the idea more and to engage with the idea more, thus gaining momentum as we go. And there are all these people and entities along the way, retailers, wholesalers, media players, who, seeing how you are moving through the Rogers adoption curve, benefit from telling other people. And so a reinforcing virtuous cycle is created, and around and around and around it goes. And you can put money on it like gasoline on a fire, and you can interrupt people in a socially acceptable way, or you can talk to people with permission who want to hear from you. But all of these things exist so that your magic invisible story will touch someone who's waiting to be touched. And in that touch, cause change to happen, an agent of change. That means that they have to reconsider something they hadn't considered. That's why this is all so tricky, because we must begin with strategy and I'll come back to strategy. Who are we seeking to change? What kind of change are we seeking to make before we can look at tactics and which ones can we afford and who can we change and how many of them are there and is it enough? And can we make it through the chasm to the other side, to mass, even if that's our goal? So I can't say, here it is, step by step. Here's how you do it. We're going to keep cycling back and layering back and coming back and cycling under and laying back and coming back. But we have to keep ourselves honest and not merely say, my plan is the one I'm sure is going to work. Because none of us are sure. What we have to say is, I will begin with the plan of what I want to have happen, what I care about happening. My plan is about my assertions and my generous vision of how change could happen. And if it turns out 2 weeks later in this planning process, I can't pull it off because I don't have the resources, I will re-announce what my plan is. But that's where we must begin, right? We're putting together a jigsaw puzzle. First you put the end pieces in, and then you cycle through a lot of pieces before you figure out how it all fits together. So I just wanted to give you that preview because we are getting to tactics bit by bit, in and out, and we'll come back and then we'll go in and we'll come back and we'll go in because tactics alone don't make any sense. That's why most marketing textbooks are worthless, because they are rear view mirror facing lists of tactics that big companies use. So what? What matters is that we have leverage. We have a platform. We have a chance to make change happen for the better. Virtuous change that cycles forward once we agree to stand for something.